This is a best of. When we have good clips, good laugh lines, I think we call them clips. We put them on Instagram, and we put music at the end, so it's like, bam, and it highlights a joke that wasn't that funny. You're going to see. That's what this episode is. It's not an episode. It's just clip compilation. We're just going to do this every couple months, just load a bunch of clips on. Put more videos on YouTube, hopefully, hopefully the algorithm, God, YouTube, Lord Daddy, YouTube blesses us. That's the idea behind this. It's also, you're getting all the parts that are probably the funniest. So that's what this is. That's the end of the episode. I'm not doing an outro. Why would I do an outro?
Free Army Hammer, man. A guy can have a fetish, can have a fantasy. Jeez, why would someone leak that, dude? I'm so disappointed in us for like there's no, it's like kind of funny. Dude, if I've said some freaky shit, dude. You're gonna cancel me? I'm into weird shit. I like taboo shit.
Listen.
Relax. Free Army.
I agree. I don't want to kink shame Army Hammer, but at the same time, he wanted to eat his wife's rib. So like, what are you just gonna let some guy going around talking about wanting to eat people's ribs?
Sure. It's
Until
private.
It's too late.
It's no one's
Until
business.
It's too late.
If that's their fetish, it's none of your business. Like we said, people reenact rapes. Fucking chill.
Yeah.
It's like,
we talked about this though. When you start removing parts of your body as part of the kink, that's where the line is. I'm sorry.
It's a fantasy.
I'm sorry. No, he pulls out his wallet. Let's get into the nitty gritty of Craigslist deals here. You don't pull out your fucking wallet.
Why?
Okay, because you're a fool. You don't do that. You don't let someone see your ID, see your card, see if you got card. No, fuck that. You pull out the exact amount of cash, like in a little, put it in your pocket, put it in a little hoodie thing there. You pull out the exact amount of cash.
Yeah.
You give it to him. This guy pulls out his wallet and takes all 15 like single bills out of me. He's like, well, you're getting everything. And I was like, cool, man. And
live a better life. If that's everything, that's not on me. I'm not. This isn't highway robbery.
And that's kind of how I felt. I was like, man, that's not on me. I don't feel bad. I was like, give me that shit, dude.
Dude, if you have 15,
took that man's money. He got my lawnmower. Worked
you took everything from him.
I took everything, but I also gave him everything.
You did.
I gave him the keys to his first small business.
Mm-hmm. I'm ruining my sweatshirt right now.
You know what's crazy? I sweat in every gland of my body except my pits.
Really?
I never. Yeah.
You'll never catch me. Area?
Yeah. You'll never catch me with pit stains or BO.
Interesting.
I just have a lot of sweat. And it's cum. It's like 50-50. But
sweat and cum?
Yeah, that's why so much of it comes out.
What's your crotch looking like aside the cum? You got a sweaty crotch?
I mean, it's not like Miami, Florida sweaty, but it's
not especially sweaty.
No, it's like Myrtle Beach sweaty.
I didn't know if it was like dry like your pits.
No, it's not. No, my pits are Joshua Tree.
Really?
Yeah,
I was just
tumbleweeds down there, dude.
Dude,
it's not. Yeah.
Is a Joshua tree a palm tree? Here's my question for you. How large of the demographic of people that are outdoorsy, let's call them outdoorsies, okay, are just doing it to buy gear?
No, that's it, dude. That's the game.
Yeah.
That's it. I think someone could correct me if I'm wrong here. I think the Mondo dad who has every kind of camping equipment known, on God's green earth, it's like baseball cards. It's like, do you need a purifying mobile machine to turn your piss into clean drinking water? Yeah, maybe. If all hell breaks loose, yeah, maybe.
Right.
But, what's the first thing when someone new comes to that guy's house, what's the first thing he's doing? He's going in the garage. He's like, yeah, I just got this in. So,
open your mouth, drink my piss.
Yeah, drink my piss.
I get a lot of Ask Reddit advice. I'm going to be honest. And I like it. I think it's the best because you can actually get... Because when you go on, like, let's say WebMD or some article, you're like, oh, I'm experiencing this, or I have this sort of, like, rash on my ass. I have rashes on my ass. I don't care. I'll admit it. And then you go on WebMD, and it's like, oh, if you got this, put some fucking cortisone on it. But then you go to Reddit, and there's one guy that's like, I have this specific rash. And you're like, that's the rash.
That's my asshole.
Yes. And he's like, here's what I did to get rid of my asshole rash. And then I do it, and I'm like, we had the same thing.
You can't be doing crack and also running the government.
He was the mayor of Toronto, right?
Not anymore. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
he died.
Did he
Rest in
die?
peace. Yeah. Oh no, he dead, dude.
Rob Ford's dead.
Fuck yeah, he died.
I mean, it's funny.
What do you think? You think he was on pace for a long life?
No, I know.
He loved crack, dude.
I'm not saying
he loved crack.
I'm not saying I'm surprised. I'm
He did
saying
it on camera.
he did crack on camera.
Bro, yeah, you don't remember this? He got caught on. There was a video. The hooker filmed him.
Rob. I like art.
Stop telling kids they're good at art. Like, make them get better, man.
You mean like when someone's like, "Look what I drew," then be like, "Hey, this is not good."
No, that would be psychotic.
No, but you can say,
just kind of be dismissive. Be like, "Oh yeah,
"Don't put it on the
I
fridge."
feel special, but no, earn that spot on the fridge. Let's step up the game."
Well, then you gotta tell the child, like, "Look, honey, this is pretty bad. It's not good. It doesn't look like a tree frog,
Yeah,
so it doesn't go in the fridge. But keep trying."
you figure out that frogs are green and not blue, then this is why my son will turn out to be Dylan Roof. Went to Runyon at sunset last week, and you ever see this is the gayest thing I've ever said in my whole life. You ever seen the moon and it's literally breathtaking? Like, I literally came up, the little ridge at the top. This sounds like I've been sober, like,
It
for
is
6
weird
months.
hearing that
and,
come from you.
It's like the day I got my 6-month chip. This is me talking about the day, like how I went hiking that day. No, I just, how you cross, you get to the top and then you go over and you see everything. And the moon was huge. It was just bonkers. It was a big old ball of cheese. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
For a second, then I move on.
Took your breath away, huh?
My breath was already gone. See, I'm the fattest person who hikes Runyon. Point to these people just start becoming like truly sociopathic murderers, like people who are they've been convinced. So this is a relatively new thing, right? The idea of self-help people on a thing on your phone that
Like,
you can
how
just
much
start
forgiveness do we give ourselves?
before we start committing crimes against humanity. Yeah,
I haven't
that's
paid
what I
taxes
wanted.
in 4 years.
I just love. I had to
haven't left
focus
a
on
tip
myself.
in 9 years, but I forgave myself for it, and I continue to not
deserve
tip and not pay my taxes.
Hey, that's how I'm going to start using this. Is I can just use this excuse of like self-love to just not tip people. Be like,
That's what I'm saying.
The service was terrible, and they made a big fucking deal about me not wanting onions in the omelet, so I didn't tip, and that's okay because I'm allowed to dole out love to who I want, and I can't control if they give it back to me.
Because the one video I'm thinking of, it's this. He reaffirms this idea of like, love yourself. Like, hey, you feel like everyone hates you? You're a piece of shit. No, it's not true. But then part of me is like,
It might be, dude. You don't know.
well,
you
this
know?
is my thing, because I'm like, I know so many people that love themselves and they accept themselves, but I'm like,
the
they're like,
most narcissistic people you'll ever meet.
yeah, because they're
For
like,
sure.
I used to feel bad about myself, and then I just started loving myself. I'm like, no, you were supposed to feel bad. You're now a bad person because you don't feel bad when you do bad things.
Yeah, you have no shame.
Yeah. You have no
You gotta
shame.
have a little bit of shame.
I think I had a chance with a sub.
Don't do this.
I think I did.
Don't do this.
What?
No, because every fucking person, every dude has this story.
Do you?
Of course, every dude does.
For real?
Yeah, because we're all delusional into thinking that like any woman would fuck us at like any given moment. So like you remember like one or two random encounters.
I mean, I'm not saying it was a certainty, but I'm saying
You were like, I used to drive her home from school because her husband wouldn't let her take his car anymore while they were getting divorced. I'm like, okay, well that actually, yeah, you might have.
That wasn't
you
the
probably could have pulled it off.
No.
That wasn't the case.
no.
She just brushed your arm one time after class, and
Here's the one time.
you're like, well, she's horny.
What do you think you look like?
I don't know now. I got these. I was like, I think these will be more studious for when I do my research at night. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I wanted to look more studious when I'm on my phone at midnight on a Tuesday, finding out what was the deadliest tsunami of all time before I, just vape sleep into nightmares. I was like, I gotta look like I'm well researched.
For the peeping Tom that spies on you every night, he's like, Zach's got a new look.
He's got a new look. He's taking things seriously now.
And then just watches you have night terrors.
Yeah. just on YouTube watching natural disasters. Wouldn't recommend looking at that when you're high, by the way. People still now like, oh, he got the Rona. I'm like, dude.
Have some respect for
right?
Yeah.
Isn't that disrespectful?
I think so.
I think when people are like, oh, he got the Rona, I'm like, okay. There's like 400,000 dead Americans. But like, listen, I ain't no narc. I get joking around.
Too playful?
It's a little too playful.
I want to go back in 8th grade, but I'm an 8th grader. I'm not going to go back to Lake Christian Academy as a 31-year-old man and try to get a hand job in a movie theater.
No, but in this scenario, you're going back there as an 8th grade with the knowledge of you now 31-year-old Joe.
Yeah, but
in which case that is creepy,
I'd hook
dude.
up with old chicks.
Then you're essentially Andy Milonakis, like going around committing. Yeah, come on.
I would try to hook up with like my teachers, dude. With all the game of accumulated.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I'm
I can do
saying.
that because YouTube just sees nobody's listening, and they're like, okay, well, 75% of the time, people mean the Linkin Park song. We know that much.
They do.
And then the rest 25 is you dumb idiots. All 30 of you with that show title get to fight it out at the bottom, you know?
Right. Yeah. And
we're winning. Of that pile on the bottom, we are winning. So that's good.
If you go on Nobody's Listening, if you search Nobody's Listening, you scroll past the Linkin Park remixes and everything, it's us.
Yeah, same with Apple Podcasts. Scroll past the guy who's in his car giving reviews of Star Wars Episode 1 and 2, and then you find us.
And the 30 other podcasts called Nobody's Listening.
Yeah, the two gay dudes in
I think
England.
we fucked up the name.
I don't care.
How do I watch DVDs on this? And I'm like,
dude.
do you have an HDMI cord? And she's like, I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like,
oh, my God.
well, and then I'm like, well, you need an HDMI cord. And she's like,
Dude, no. See, that's where you fucked up.
why? Wait, you don't even know where I'm going.
I know, but in that moment, you're like, yeah, it'll work. Yeah, it'll work.
Guy, she lived right down. She didn't live too far away, but I was like, okay, here's what I did. I'm like, okay, well, I have. He's like, you know what? I told her, I'm like, I'm gonna throw in this HDMI cord. Okay, she's like, I have a DVD
Nice
player.
guy, Joe.
Well. And I
Nice
just
guy,
don't.
Joe.
I ultimately, dude, she gave me $50, and I want this thing out. I also don't want to find another suitor for my TV.
Was she super hot?
No.
Because sometimes you can get caught up in that like hot girl thing. Be like, yeah, you can have an HDMI.
This was not the case.
All right.
I mean, she wasn't ugly.
Oh, so the story changes.
I did not want to fuck this woman.
Things have been found in Wendy's chili. One has to imagine.
It was a hoax, though, right?
I straight up, I mean, as many people probably did, the first time I heard that story, I was like, oh, I could imagine biting into a finger in Wendy's chili and being like, is this part of the chili? Like being confused. It wouldn't be obvious. Essentially, I was like, something's wrong. It wouldn't be like, oh, something's wrong. It'd be like, wow, I fucking really didn't grind up the beef this time.
You'd know a human finger if you bit it.
I know, dude. It's a joke, but...
Would you blast... Here's the question. You bite it. You know what you bit. Keep chewing, or you pull it out and inspect?
I think some kind of dark part of me would like go on autopilot, and I'd be like, if I have the chance to bite through a human finger...
I would have swallowed it whole.
I wouldn't have swallowed it, but I would sure bite through it so I could know what that felt like.
It's
dude.
a bone. On Wingstop, you can't. There's no place to say extra seasoning and wet.
Okay.
So I have to call them.
I get that. I respect that. You have to call them and be like, guy,
Extra
if these
wet,
fucking
extra seasoning.
wings are dry again, I'm gonna go postal.
Dude, I'm gonna go Postmates. Dude.
I know, dude. I know.
Dude,
I hate it.
I open up the cardboard when I'm there and I look to make sure that they're soaked.
Yeah, they better
dude.
be swimming in that. They'd be drowning in spicy garlic, dude.
Dude, actually, you remember when we went to the Rams game? We went to Wingstop after. You remember this? And then when we went, I asked for them wet. I swear to God, my wings were floating in garlic parmesan wetness. They were like submerged. They were like fish in a fish
Literally
tank.
Michael Phelps just swimming.
Yeah, dude, they're backstroking.
America, what you should really do is figure out what hospitals are in your network before you have a heart attack.
I know that now.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? You're like, someone's taking, like an ER picks you up. They're like taking you, like, what hospital are you taking me? You're like, Cedars-Sinai. Like, no, I don't have, they are not in my network.
No.
Like, take me to the U.S. Yeah.
Is there a Quest Diagnostics somewhere around here?
Yeah.
Is there a chain? Can we get in there? I'll even go to a school. Is there a school open? Like a school nurse? Like, somebody put me on an EKG. I don't care who runs it. You know.
What's the
Can you print
coolest
something
Muppet
out?
to get a tattoo of? I don't think there's any Muppet you could get that would be like kind of cool.
No, I bet Oscar would be kind of cool. Oscar in like a little trash can.
A Sesame Street guy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Fuck.
But nevertheless,
no,
I think
you
you're
said
wrong.
Jim Henson
I think
characters.
You're wrong, though. I don't think
I
that'd
mean,
be cool.
no, like Bert and Ernie would be like, I don't even know what
You're
that
back in
says about.
Sesame Street.
You're right.
Oh, but I
God
did
damn.
open it up. I opened it up.
I don't, dude. I get these wires crossed.
You got to think
Who's
like
in the
Fonzie,
universe of-
Kermit, Miss
I
Piggy.
never, you know what, dude? I never really.
Animal.
I was never really into that ever.
Yeah.
I always thought that was like baby shit, kid shit. Always.
You were a baby at one point, guy. Even when you were a
I
baby.
don't remember having thoughts then, though.
You were a baby and you were like, this is baby shit.
I felt that way, dude. Now we're in this like bullshit phase of reckoning but not really. You know what I mean? Where
What do you mean?
Everyone's like Facebook bans him, Twitter bans him. It's kind of like this. Kind of all feels like if you were a firefighter standing outside of someone's home that burned down and like their whole family died, and then they're just like, as they're carrying the bodies away and as they're like sweeping up the ashes, the firefighter's like, yeah, you need to go check those smoke detectors every 6 months. Every 6 months for sure. You know what I mean?
Wait, who are the bodies?
The bodies are democracy, and the firefighter is Twitter, Facebook. You know, whoever is banning him.
Okay.
It's like a little too late. Too little, too late is all I'm saying.
Oh, I got you.
I was trying to paint a horrifying scene to compare it. You know, good.
You're getting chummy with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going in deep. Like we're talking about a lot of. He name dropped Meek Mill a couple times. I think I told you this. Like
So it's a name?
3 times, but like
Is Meek Mill dropping his phone a couple times?
I guess Meek Mill's dropping his fucking phone.
I'm Meek Mill's screen repair guy.
He,
Not to brag.
dude, that's not a joke. That's his real life.
That's crazy
This
that
guy,
Meek-
this is a real guy that I was talking to.
Well, I like that Meek's not just buying a new phone. He's like, I gotta get this repaired for
That shit
$200
fixed,
by a guy on the
I'm gonna
street.
go out there and drop another G on a fucking iPhone. Fuck that, dude.
Also, that guy was
When
full of shit.
Ojin will come do it. Yeah, he was full of shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was fixing my phone. He was also definitely on cocaine.
Because I don't want to give my kid my jeans. I'm afraid my
Okay,
kid's
now
gonna
he was
have
weird.
I'm afraid my kid's gonna have back knee, and then it's gonna
Well,
be like.
you made it through.
I mean, I still got it though.
Yeah, dude, you can give your fucking dude. God knows what's ticking inside me. I'm waiting for my first heart attack, dude.
You're-
it's not a reason not to have a kid.
You know what? Very good point. Because you've got like weird, crazy terminal illnesses
dude.
floating around.
Yeah, dude.
And so I'm like, suck it up. You got a couple zits on your back.
Stop
Relax.
being a pussy, dude. You
Yeah.
fucking figure that shit out. We'll get you Accutane or whatever you need. You know.
I'm like, you know what Zach's kid has? Lupus.
Yeah. He has
Chill.
he has an iron deficiency. He can just break a bone at any moment. Sell a lawnmower on Craigslist. All right.
Yeah.
I posted this lawnmower on there, and I had 2 lawnmowers for some. I don't know why I had 2 lawnmowers. I had 2. So this guy put one up. It's like I put it. I swear to God, dude, $15. Like I just wanted someone to come give
Price
me
to
money
sell.
to buy a 6-pack.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I put it out there, and this guy like is texting me all day about this fucking lawnmower. He's like, "Well, does it run?" I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, like if it's like what kind of oil filter it has." And I was like, I've never thought about this lawnmower other than wondering how big the gas tank is in it. Like, is it going to spill over or not? That's the only
Right.
thought I've ever put into this lawnmower. And I'm like, I don't know, man, but it's $15.
And it cuts grass.
I'm trying to watch Harry Potter right now. Why is it not working? You know?
Yeah. I don't want. She was nice, and she gave me $50. I got it out of my apartment. What's the harm in sending a couple emails back and forth? And then she got it working. And honestly, she was nice, and it felt good. It was a good moment. I'm like, yeah, enjoy your TV. She's like, hey, thank you so much. That felt good. Rather than be like, you know what? I don't owe you anything, bitch.
I know, dude.
I don't. You bought it. I have your money. Don't come and fuck me up with your boyfriend sometime. Like, guy, just be nice. Send an email. Say, yeah, the HDMI cord's in the back.
Honestly, dude, I spent a lot of time in your neighborhood, and it would not be out of the realm of possibility of someone rolling up to your place and screaming at someone about their DVD player.
That's
not
what I'm
working.
saying. It
was 100% reality,
yes.
and in that sense, you're right.
You know what I say? I say, what do you think?
Hey, did I bring it up to you already?
Yeah.
The answer is no.
The fact that I didn't say, oh my God,
Yeah,
I
they
loved
love
it. It was
God, they
so,
love talking about it.
I didn't want to like it, but then I did. Like, I don't. There's
what's never happened one time? It's like a cool black guy was like, I really like how they infuse rap with history.
Mm-hmm.
It's always it's just like Ira Glass comes up to me in real life
Right.
and he's like, did you know that he wrote this for like 15 years? And a lot of production companies weren't going to make it with him. And it was a big uphill battle. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
Thank you, man. I learned a lot today. Am I allowed to listen to Van Halen now? Who do you think invented orange chicken? Actually, I think I know this. I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure that Panda Express invented orange chicken. And meaning like it wasn't a thing. And then maybe, feel free to call me out here, but I think the story is that maybe that they were starting a business and they were like, what do Americans love? Fucking chicken nuggets.
I mean, it wasn't addition the Ming Dynasty, if that's what you're asking.
That's correct,
It wasn't first created, like, on the Great Wall.
No.
Is that what you're insinuating?
No, it was. Genghis Khan's crew was out
I
there.
don't think they had a deep fryer. I don't think they were breading.
They didn't. They just, they fried the chicken in the blood of their enemies.
I'd rather have a son that frustrates me than one that I just can't connect with, though. Do you know what I mean?
Of course. No, of course.
So I'm going, like, ultimately,
Have something in common with them.
yeah, if my son was always talking to me about, like, the love of the Lord or something like that and how I need to, like, go to church, I'd be like, dude, you're a fucking loser and don't talk to me anymore,
Yeah, dude.
Drink this beer and smoke this cigarette, man.
Right?
Go finger somebody.
There has to be something between that and, Theo and Dr. Huxtable.
This is a personal family story. Do you mind if I tell it? It's going to be...
Don't ever. You just tell.
Yeah. You know what I was really asking? I was asking myself. It was a check
You're
on
asking
myself.
yourself, should I say this?
Yes, it was.
30
So,
people.
I remember my uncle a long time ago saying he wrote...
You don't have to whisper. He's asleep. Upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
We talked earlier. He's not waking up. I
Great.
get 2 Advil PM.
And just rough sex
After
takes it out of the
abused
guy.
his mouth.
All right, so my uncle, I say mom or dad, but my parents do view me as just like a guy out in the world that they love. They don't view me as like our little son, because I think because that was the nice thing. Once I felt like they like lost control of me, they were like, well, we did everything we could.
Yeah.
I guess he's just going to talk about pussies on
the internet for no money and no fame. Literally just everything to lose
And
nothing to gain. My mom on my phone is Lisa Powers. I think.
when was the last time you called your mother mom? If you had to guess, 16?
I mean, I don't.
This is weird, man.
I'll
You're
say
the weird
mom,
one.
and I'll say mom in conversation. We're talking to you. I'm like, yeah, my mom did this. But like when we all like hang out together, I'm like, if I had to call her from across the room, and if like the printer wasn't working, I'd be like, hey Lisa, like what are you? The printer, It's like when I talk to them, I say their name, but when I talk about them to other people, I say mom and dad.
You know why?
Why?
Because if you said Lisa, we would assume that's not your mother. You're like, Lisa, my mom, my biological mom, not stepmom, not half. The woman whose pussy I came out of,
Yeah.
Lisa.
I think I was a C-section, dude, so. My son will basically be the equivalent of Bowser Jr. You know what I mean? In the Mario Kart franchise, and I put him up. A little Bowser.
I mean, I know what you're talking.
Bowser Jr.
I know Bowser Jr.
When I think about what my kid would look like, I just imagine Bowser Jr.
You know why? Because you think of yourself as Bowser.
No, I think I also think of myself as Bowser Jr. in a weird way, dude. Still, for
Really?
sure. Yeah, because I'm not like a grown-up by any means, you know?
But you are a reptile.
yeah. With a fucking skateboard and a bad attitude.
If you try to justify that, you're like, well, obviously, here's why I think of myself as a Mario, a sub Mario Brothers character. As a Yoshi's Story character.
Yeah, that's the closest approximation of what my child could be like. Like, dude, you know who the most insufferable people are? The most insufferable people are people in Los Angeles who are like, yeah, like, I never go to the beach. People from Los Angeles don't go to the beach. Shut up. Yeah, they do. People, like, if you can't enjoy just, like, going looking into the vast ocean.
Yeah.
It's like brain cleaner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And like you're gonna die on the hill of saying it's like overrated. Like, oh, parking's expensive.
Oh,
Get a better job so you can afford.
oh boy.
I'm just talking about the worst. I'm just saying, you know.
I
open your heart. I like how I tried to explain how you should open their heart,
And then you dissed
I
poor people.
and then I straight up classist rant after it. I'll get a pimple every now and then, randomly.
So it's been kind of just like a normal like pimple.
I feel like I had a
occasionally?
normal. Acne was not a problem for me.
That's man. Because
Being 190 pounds wearing a Slipknot t-shirt with a Dale Earnhardt Jr. hat was a problem. And those were self-inflicted wounds. Isn't that a bitch?
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, they were self-inflicted.
Yeah.
They were a choice.
Sucks, dude. I had a fucking pair of aces handed to me at birth. They're like, we're going to give you good hair. You're going to be able to grow a beard. You're not going to be short.
Yeah.
You're going to have really good skin.
You squandered it.
But if you eat fries, you'll gain 5 pounds overnight.
And here's an uncontrollable affinity for white trash shit.
And it's just unstoppable.